Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Liquid Crystal Water Nation Run. I am Fracture, and actually, now that I think about it, we don't have any game audio. Fuck. How are we even gonna do this? Okay, I'm really sorry about the game audio. So as it turns out, I kind of failed, and I recorded 3 episodes in a row without noticing that I wasn't recording my audio, which is a bit of an issue. So I'm just going to post-commentate. I'll add in some music of some sort. I don't know how I'm going to do it. We'll see how it goes. We don't have game audio for this, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Yeah, so as you may have noticed, my team is a little different. The reason for that is in the process of doing the last episode, I was recording the next episode after the group of 3 that I uploaded on the same day. I started to record the next episode, and I kind of went through, and I was like, I fought this guy and he wasn't really that bad, he didn't pose much of a threat, and then I went through and fought the next guy who I was supposed to fight, and in doing so I just totally messed up. Like, it was bad. It took like 8 to 10 minutes just to fight that guy, and I ended up losing terribly anyway. Like, I thought I could bring it back and that would be kind of cool, but nope, it was just a terrible, horrible loss on my part. So I decided I was going to start over. In the process of starting over, I accidentally managed to make a save state on the title screen, which means I would have had to load the most recent battery save, which, as it turns out, wasn't until, I hadn't saved the batteries since Sprout Tower, which I'll go through in a second. Way to go, Frack. Team Rocket has taken off. My back's better too. Let's get out of here. So the weirdest thing about that is that for some reason that guy just walked off paralysis from falling down a well. No big deal. Anyway, yeah, back to my story. So I had to start over again from the Sprout Tower. So I had to go through the entirety of the first half of the Sprout Tower, I guess, and then back to fight the first gym leader. I had to fight Falconer again, go through that entire route underneath him, below, south of Violet City, back through the tunnel, and then I had to do the first part of Slowpoke Well again. So that took about an hour while I was sped up. Yeah, so even after that, well, yeah, in the process of doing the Sprout Tower again, I decided not to get a Ghastly and name him Rick, mostly because I just wasn't using Ghastly, and here I'm just selling a bunch of items that I don't need, Nugget and X items that don't even really do much in my case. So yeah, I'm just getting ready for this new gym challenge. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I have Togepi in my party right now. I could use him since this is a Water Nation run, so I could... all the nations can use normal types, so I could use Togepi, but I just decided not to, again, same as with Rick. Yeah, with Rick I just didn't catch him. Ended up training people up a little bit differently. I decided not to use Togepi because, as you can see, he only has, Growl, Charm, and Metronome. So yeah, and then also in the process of leveling up, I got Yannick up to level 16, which I think I'm showing, maybe? Okay, well, Yannick is now level 16, and he learned Bite by growing up to level 16. He was level 15 before. So this is where I completely fail at trying to get to show Bite. I press down, trying to get to Bite. Anyway, There it is. It's a pretty good move. Makes people flinch. Same as Astonish, except it has more PP and a higher attack rate, about double. So yeah, that will pretty much completely turn this game around for Yannick, because he's been kind of slacking for the most part. Yeah, so I'm just going to buy some Paralyzed heals at this point, because I've already fought, or attempted to fight the next guy, and it's ridiculous. Like, he's just way over leveled. So I get some super potions too, just to be on the safe side. So, using up half my money, no big deal. And then we're off to the gym. Oh, we're gonna heal first. Okay, that's cool. This is weird, I've never done post-commentary before. Oh, we're not healing, okay. I forgot what I was doing because this all happened 40 minutes ago. I did 3 episodes, and in the last episode I was fighting the gym leader, so it's like, I don't even remember how most of this stuff goes. Yeah, so we're on our way down here. Hopefully this is recording. I don't know. I've mentioned this before, I use ScreenFlow, which is a free application for Macs. It's really nice in terms of sound editing, because it takes, at least in this case, it takes the audio from the computer and the audio from my voice and puts them in 2 separate tracks. So I don't have to worry about making sure that the volume is right and you can hear me over the game sound, because I can do that in post-recording. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool, I really like it. The only problem is, every once in a while, you end up with weird things where they're just like, I'm not gonna record. Anyway, he's gonna lead with a Porygon, level 18, and he's just gonna demolish me with Swift there. I'm gonna try to get a Supersonic out on him, but I can't quite get it, just keeps missing. Uses another Swift and Yannick is dead. Right off the bat, Yannick is dead, so we're down to 2 out of 3, up against his 3. So I'm going to send out Totoro, just use some water gun action up on his Porygon. It does a decent amount of damage, but not enough to really make me leap for joy. Yeah, so there it is again. His Swift is just insane for power. Like, it's crazy, and I don't even know why I used... Okay, thank God he used Psybeam, because if he had used Swift again, Totoro would have been dead, and that would have been down to only Stanley for the entirety of his next Pokemon, which, as you will see, would have been a terrible mistake. So he's going to send out Shroomish, who is the biggest asshole ever in the last fight. I'm going for Stanley right here, even though Shroomish is a grass type, and what that means is I can't use Leech Seed on him, which is a bitch. So I'm gonna send out Stanley just for the sole purpose of healing up Totoro, just in case I need to get to him. I'm gonna heal him up. Go to a there we go, Super Potion, and we're gonna go up, heal up Totoro. I have a max revive, but I don't really want to use it. Just, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's so useful, and I don't want to waste it right away, but then you end up never using it ever. Hopefully, I'm sure I'll need it later, so we'll use it eventually. So I'm going to start with an Uproar, and really the reason I'm using Stanley right now is just to be a wall for his Grass-type moves. I don't know how good Stanley's defenses are, but he takes Mega Drains like a boss. So I'm going to use Uproar just to kind of do some stuff, you know? Uproar proves to be a really interesting move, because one thing that I didn't know, I guess I knew that Uproar wakes a sleeping Pokemon, kind of like Wake Up Slap, but one thing that what I didn't know is that it actually keeps Pokemon from being able to use Rest, which is really good, and you'll see that again later in this fight, but I don't know, it's pretty crazy. So I'm just going to keep using Uproar, which is, I don't know, it's alright I guess. And eventually, I actually think I thought at this point that he was out of Mega Drains, which I was so happy about because Mega Drain is his only grass type move. So I would have been able to send out Totoro without being worried about him using Mega Drain and completely obliterating my water type. Here he uses a super potion like a bitch, and he's just being a dick. So, yeah, to start over from the beginning, square one, except I'm down some health here. And I can't heal until Stanley calms down. And for some reason, I decided that I was going to go for Uproar again. I don't know why I did that. So, now we're in a bit of a pickle because I'm stuck in Uproar until he calms down. And I'm paralyzed, and he's just using moves out the waz. So, Shroomish is using... What was I going to say? Shroomish paralyzed me, which is really what happened the first time I did this. And here I get down to 1 HP, and I was freaking out because I was like, okay, Stanley's gonna die, and then it's gonna be terrible. But he calmed down right in time. Perfect. Got 58 HP out of my super potion. He's still paralyzed, but that's okay. Yeah, that was really lucky. Yeah, pretty much. So we're gonna he's gonna keep tackling. I'm gonna keep uproaring, and oh, I'm pointing out right there. My mouse is pointing out the weirdness of Stanley's back sprite. Like for some reason, one of the eggs is just floating in the air, and actually it looks like the one on the left of the one I was pointing out is floating in the air too. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I'm going to switch out to Totoro. He's got an Eevee here, and I had never seen this Eevee before because the first time I fought him, I only got up to his Shroomish, and his Shroomish just destroyed me. So, but yeah, my Pokemon are a little bit higher level now because I did not use Rick. I got rid of him, and then, or I just didn't catch him, and then spent the time working on Totoro and other Pokemon. So yeah, he's gonna send out his Eevee. His Eevee's a bitch because it continually just uses Rest, and it's okay for a little while, and I keep trying to run because I hate this Eevee, but I just can't. Gonna go into Stanley, and it's Stanley here that really makes the difference. You can tell Leech Seed, especially in these next 3 episodes of me fighting gym trainers and Zane and the gym leader, Leech Seed is really what saves my ass. So Stanley has been continuously just owning people just because he goes in, uses Leech Seed, and just comes right back out. So once he actually gets up to the point where he's like useful in terms of attacking, other than Uproar, which is an okay move, but it's just kind of annoying to use sometimes. Not too powerful, keeps people from using Rest, but also wakes them up if you're asleep. I don't know. Especially since he has Hypnosis. It's like, well, the only thing I could use then is Barrage, which is even worse. It's one of those moves that hits multiple times, but it just doesn't quite get the job done, you know? So, from what I'm seeing, Eevee has Rest, Tackle, and Sand Attack. And I don't know if he actually has any other moves. I don't think I see any other moves that he uses, but he uses Sand Attack way too much. And like here, it's like, oh yeah, I totally got him. But then, nope, I calmed down just in time for him to use Rest. Like if I had been able to wait one more turn, I would have just killed him outright right here. But this battle goes on for probably about another 5 minutes. I don't know, you can see from the timer at the bottom of the video, but it just lags on so much, and I might even have to speed some of this up because for the most part it's just like rest, attack, and it just goes back and forth until pretty soon here I think Stanley runs out of Uproars. Oh, he's got Tail Whip too. Look at that. My mouth is kind of dry. I'm gonna have to get something to drink. 1 second, just watch things happen. Ugh. Okay. I'm kind of liking this kind of liking this post-commentary thing just because I know you don't really get my immediate reactions, but I don't know. I get to sit here and drink. Sobe Life Water Blood Orange Mango is delicious. So that's my sellout for the day. Sponsored? Not sponsored. Actually not sponsored. So, we're still here. I'm out of uproars, which means that Eevee is now going to be able to rest whenever he feels like it, which is a problem. I still got the Leech Seed, which is amazing because just thank God for Leech Seed, because otherwise this battle would have lasted even longer. I would have had to actually wait until he ran out of rests, which may have happened in the end. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll put like a counter on the bottom screen, or in the bottom of the screen, and see how many times he uses rest compared to how many times, like what the PP of rest is. I don't know. We'll see. So, he's asleep. And this is how the rest of the battle goes, pretty much. I'm going to continually use Water Gun, and this Eevee is just going to try to outlast me. Like, he wakes up there, and then he just goes right back to rest, and it's annoying as hell. Because rest is like the most overpowered move. Because if you're not able to kill them in the length of time that they're asleep, then they can just wait. Yeah, burping now. They can just wake up and go right back to go right back to sleep. I apologize for my burping. So yeah, it just gets annoying, and you know, it's just one of those days. Anyway, yeah, I might have to speed some of this up. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm speeding up right now. I don't even know. But yeah, he's going right back to sleep. Still Zeeing like a felon. And Leech Seed and blah 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 blah. And this is my least favorite part about the AI in this game, at least right now, because like for some reason, like this is just the worst idea for AIs. Why would you continually use rest? Like there's nothing you could do to actually win this fight at this point. Like you could try Sand Attack and just be an evasiveness noob, but I don't know, just using rest over and over again isn't gonna solve any of your problems, Eevee. I don't know. And again, it's one of those things where he gets right down to the wire, and then right here, finally knock him out. This battle has lasted way too long. 175 experience for me, 191 for Stanley. Zane is finally defeated, impeded, whatever you want to call it. And I can't believe this, he beat me. I'm training 24/7. I can't believe blah, 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 I'm my Pokemon trainer of all time. Someday I'll become the champion. Next time we meet, you lose for sure. Goodbye, Frack. So yeah, that's the end of Zane. So, in the next episode, I will see you guys, and we will fight those twinnies up there. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.